Greetings everyone and welcome to Stronghold Definitive Edition. This is a sponsored video, but boy, this is special to me because Stronghold 1 was probably one of my very first strategy games ever, and so I'm super excited to play the upcoming Definitive Edition. Stronghold is a castle sim. You build a castle and protect yourself against enemies while maintaining your economy. The Definitive Edition rebuilt the original version using the source artwork, music, voice actors and including original developers. The gameplay is modernized while trying to stay true to the original version and includes the Steam Workshop for mods, Steam multiplayer and more. The game features 2 classic campaigns as well as a new 14-mission narrative campaign designed by the Firefly founders themselves, Simon Bradbury and Eric Quellet. Fresh multiplayer maps and 10 new missions called the Castle Trade are also included. Stronghold Definitive Edition is coming out on November 7th and you can play the demo during the Steam Next Fest, so wishlist on Steam right away. The link is in the video description below. And without further ado, we are jumping right into the game. Go, 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 go!
A dispatch arrives from Sir Longarm.
Hopefully, by the time you receive this message, all has gone well, and you'll put an end to those irritating wolves. I now ask a favor of you. Begin constructing an outpost on the edge of Duke de Pousse's territory in order to help me better judge the strength of the rat's forces. You must not, under any circumstances, send confirmation of your mission's completion to Lord Wolfsack.
The rat was raised as an only child in lands belonging to the de Pouce family. The Duke showed his mother favour, ensuring that she never paid taxes and always had enough to get by. One day, a messenger came by, and it was revealed that his father was the same Duke de Pouce who his mother had once worked for as a serving wench. Due to an unfortunate accident, the entire de Pouce family had been lost at sea whilst returning from holiday, leaving the rat as next in line to inherit the title of Duke.
Alright, time until the last battle, so find a suitable location on high ground near the lands belonging to Duke de Pouce and start construction of an outpost. The wooden keep will offer better protection than a simple hall. Take some cattle to breed as the land there suits them well. Do not show yourself to the enemy, but should you be discovered, let none escape to tell. The hills will give you archers an advantage when firing from height. And with that, we can already start the game, and boy, this is so much nostalgia for me. It's incredible, really. We need to start with a keep. Yeah, let's have it right up here on the hills, right? We do need a granary. Let's have it right next to my stockpiles that we have, and as we can see, we got some planks and some food now in the granary itself. We do need a woodcutter to provide us with some planks, of course. Here in the castle main area, the campfire, as we can see, there's a radius filling up, right, a circle, and every time this is full, there's a villager coming out, and they're going to take up positions then at the woodcutter hut, for example. There's a worker now felling trees, chopping trees, and processing that into planks. We will also need a dairy farm for sure. Actually, I think we're going with 2 of them right away, as we do need a lot of food, of course, as always. So 2 of them are coming up. There's different sources of food, right? Dairy farm is the only one that we have right here, produces cheese. It is pretty slow in the beginning because you need to start and wait for 3 cows to come up, and then it starts producing cheese. So all the while, we're losing food here, right? So for this reason, I'm going to actually halve the rations here now. This is making my people unhappy. At the same time, it's slowing down my food consumption. I can counter this by reducing taxes. Unfortunately, we would lose money then, and I don't have that much money, and we need money. So I'm going to keep them unhappy there for a while. Unhappy people, well, growth is reduced a bit here. Now we are at the maximum already. There's me, actually, the Lord himself. And this guy here is just patrolling around here. If he dies, the game is over, basically, right? So we should make sure that he always is alive and protected. Now, the economy is ramping up. I will probably add a second woodcutter. Up here, we have some space for that in the forests. And as we can see, someone is immediately taking up the job here. I will also need a place to get weapons out. So Fletcher's workshop is right for this, and this guy here will then process the planks and make bows out of that. So let's have him right here. I think for this we'll also need a An armory, there it is, stores the weapons, right? Let's have this one a bit further down here, because this definitely should not get destroyed. Beside my main building, that is. And as we can see, he's picking up the planks now, this old man here. So he's grown a bit, and he's now making bows out of it. And I just love the details there. It's also true to the original, really, right? You get an insight to the building as he's working on those bows. By now, 3 cows are there, and as we can see, the cheese is being produced. I can now go back to full rations again, and people are happy because of that. Alright, by now we have the archers, or the bows coming in. I think one is not enough though, and I would probably like a second one here. This costs me a lot of gold though. We should be careful about that. I could also start building a barrack, so used to recruit troops. We have the planks for that. Go ahead and do this. Right over here. And this is where I can now get my archers in. They cost 12 coin though each time, so I need to make sure that we have some positive taxes here, right? And actually let's increase the taxes. And change it to low taxes, and this will give me some 6 on the income. It will, however, also lower the happiness of my population. We can really see the happiness here, right, on his face. That's a pretty cool thing. Let's recruit some archers. They have found us. Oh, look at that. That was quick. There is already the first attack coming in. Let's make sure that my archers are ready. Yeah, I don't have more than that though. Okay, the archers are firing now. And my lord, he will protect me hopefully. So he's down here. And he's got a lot of health, right? And as we can see, he was able to successfully defend. He lost a bit of health there, but that's fine. We didn't lose archers or so because they're really expensive. Alright, we need to get cracking. Probably I do need another Fletcher workshop. We need more bows. Build this one. Right, and with the remaining wood, we can also start on working on some fortifications. That's the wooden walls that we have right there. Here, we can actually use this. And what I like is that it's being built immediately, right? So we don't need to wait on anything there. And we need to fortify now our fortress here. Bear in mind, it's a very basic first mission, right? There's not that much economy at the moment. And I think up here there is something, right? Yeah, let's make sure that we really crack it all and no one can pass through here. Oh no, the cows are being struck down and we have no food production for now. Interesting twist the game throws at us. Oh, poor cows are dying off like this. Alright, we got 2 more bows. Let's train the archers and get them up here. I can only train archers for now, right? So we got the 4 up here now together with the lord. He's going to protect them once the enemy comes through again. We can also make a double wall here then, just to make sure that they take longer. Since we have a nice wood production, we can do this. Same goes with this one. And if you've seen it too, they have a huge range since they're in an elevated position, right? So the enemy is of course at a disadvantage here. And the more walls I have, the harder it gets for the enemy to actually breach them. Very good. Problem is we can't get out now, but I think we should be fine in here. We got lots of logs.
Report another group of the rats men heading in our direction. Are we ready for them?
I hope so. 2 more archers. Up they go. The cows are working full again. Full speed. Let's just see where the enemy is coming from. I think that's the signpost, so they must be coming from there, right? As far as I remember. Happiness continues to go down.
Granary stocks are growing, sire.
I could give me an extra ration, right? So here, people like that.
This building has no labor.
Oh, and we're also out of labor because I used most of them on my archers now. So I will need to build a hovel. Houses peasants. Each hovel adds 8 peasants to the population. However, with that, of course, we also do increase the food consumption. There it is. And now we get more peasants out again.
people are coming to the castle.
Alright, there they are. We need to make sure that they cannot pass through. And they're waiting for now. They're looking rather safe. Now they're attacking. And my archers should actually be able to fire rather soon. There they are. Oh no, they cannot fire through the wall. That's my mistake. I thought they could do this. At least here at the end.
The enemy has breached the wall.
Perfect. We can still kill them off, all of them. Almost all of them. That's great. So we cannot see them. That's a bit of a problem. I can lure them kind of like, or control them kind of like through that though, right? So as long as I keep it open, let's just try this. They're kind of like trying to get through the walls here now. And they will have to take a longer spot like this, right? So they can be attacked already. And then they're actually having to get through this one here. Unfortunately, I cannot decide on the height of it. We can still have the gatehouses here. This I might actually add, because this makes sense. And we can have archers on top of a gatehouse.
A small group of the rat soldiers are heading to the castle.
Perfect. Let's use this opportunity right away to get this gatehouse done. So there's 4 of them now up there. Can we actually train more? Yeah, we can train 2 more archers.
Our food stocks are dwindling, my liege. We are losing.
Let's lower the taxes there again. We have enough.
The rats' troops are attacking.
Okay, they're attacking once more. Now we have 2 lines of defense, right? Got the gate up here. There they are. Actually, let's close this off.
Your popularity is rising.
And then we could have another one, or we could also go for a wooden platform. With this, we can also attack sooner.
Instructions.
And as we can see, we can already now fire before they can actually get to us. And now they can fire through the palisades there, right? No idea why they couldn't do it before. Yeah, not looking good for them, as all of them are dying off. Perfect. Let's use this one here again. So back it, make it full, right? So they kind of like have to fight this first, and then they go through this area. This is 3 tiles here, or 3 layers already. Let's add a 4th one, because this makes it unlikely for them to actually attack. I want to channel them into my gates here, right? Next attack incoming. We have now 3 gates, or 3 towers. Yeah, they're not going to have an easy time with that. All of them down. Perfect. And now I think the final attack is upon us. For this, we should train some more archers. There they are. Or another wooden platform. And then I might also just recruit some for my main building here. Also, to play it safe, have another layer here.
The rats' troops are attacking.
There they are, once more. I think it is the last attack now. I might also get another wooden... Yeah, we can have another wooden platform over here. But I think this might lure them into this area then. Who knows? He is very concerned. Looking around all the time.
We await orders. Archers.
2 more archers. Let's get them actually here to the tower. There they are. And yeah, well, I have quite a few archers now at my disposal. Money is looking fine. Happiness is 100. And we also still have food increasing. And they're backing off again.
Run, sir. We can't catch them. They'll give us away for sure.
Victory it is for this mission. And we continue onwards.
Victorious, sire.
An urgent dispatch arrives from Salonga.
Congratulations are in order for the way you handled that last mission. But we are about to face our greatest challenge yet. leave immediately for the borders of our homelands, bringing with you a select band of your best men. All will be explained upon your arrival.
You ride your horses until they're near exhaustion, and finally meet with Sir Longarm's messenger, who hands you your briefing.
Alright, there we are. Second mission. We need to acquire 10 ale, it seems, and time until the last battle we need to survive. Spies report that the rat is due to launch or do a die attack on our lands, and you must intercept and slay his forces. There is no time to raise an army, but Duke Burgard, the snake, will send a large force to help us in return for a shipment of ale. Once the rat's siege force is defeated, Burgard has agreed to let us take the rat's neighboring county without resistance. These are the objectives. The cool thing is we can always go for hints, right? So we can go ahead and just see what the objective has to offer here. So there's a very little farmland. So if you find you're running low on food, use the trader to supplement your food supplies and use good buildings to help with any popularity problems you may run in. And with that, we can start this mission. Let's turn the speed down immediately and have a look at the map that we have. So we got some resources here. As we can see, it's already coming in. We need to build a granary once more for starters. Let's just have the granary, beside my... I think also beside my normal stock here. 2 woodcutters right from start. Always very important to get cracking on the wood supply that we have. My archers are enjoying the day. It's a bit... Yeah, we're playing on the lowest speed right now, so we need to have a look. There's the farmland, right? And over here is the sign where the armies will approach. So it might be a good idea to start cracking on a smaller defense area than here as well. That we can have, because I can see there's some choke points here. This one, this area there. And yeah, also this area there, right? So they will need to use those paths here if they want to get to my well, castle, that is. Let's also start with the food production. We only have the wheat farm and the hops farm, and what I can see is we can only build the farms down here, right, where the green land is. So let's start with a wheat farm immediately. It's going to take a while for this to ramp up its production, and since we have a lot of let's actually get ahead and get us a second stockpile there. And since we have a lot of wood already, I might go into start producing some bows right away. So we should also have this a bit closer than here in this area, closer to my stockpiles really. So somewhere over here, I guess, in the back of it, in back of my castle. There it is. Right, so they should be as close to that as possible. And let's also give them an armory where they can deliver then the bows right away once finished. Training some villages there right now takes time, right? So we're already going pretty low there on villages. Let's actually speed up now a bit, because then we can do something. And let's actually get my archers up there for now. Granary farmer is on his way. We still got lots of wood there, so I might as well just start with my first fortifications. There we have then the first choke point here, right? So we can use this area for some first defense line. The thing is, you cannot get too close to the sign here, right? So I think up to this point, yeah, and that's it already, right? You cannot get closer to that. Would be a bit easy otherwise.
Fool! You will soon pay for meddling in the affairs of your superiors.
Alright, he's not too happy. He wants to take us over, of course. And yeah, I would definitely wanna get a first line of siege here up and running. We do need also a gate somehow, something like that. Perfect. Where my troops can get in, right? And then... Oh, this is actually looking almost complete. So, come on, let's get all my archers.
Ready! Moving off! My bow is yours. We are on our way.
And get them over there to this first line of defense that I have. You can also finish that wall all the way then here. Let's have a look. Like that. We need to make sure that the enemies go this way, right? So we need to have some fortification over here then that is stronger. So in the middle here, for sure. Even though in the middle, I don't think we need to have this. I think we can just have it somewhere over here. Or here actually, right? So there is a point where they might go out, and here. We need to make sure that we do properly fortify these areas there. There you go. And as we can see, there they are spawning.
Me lord?
Let's just make sure all of them have some space over there. Very good. And with that, we can actually get rid of them rather quickly. And we are barely losing soldiers there because we have the protection of the palisade, of course. Those spearmen will have no chance really getting in. Very good. So that was the first attack. Was really quick this time. So we just barely started there, really. Very good. Let's actually get us another... can I add this one in here? Yeah. Right, so up to 2 more that I would like to add in here for more archers that we're going to train now in the future. The bow production is in full swing by now. Yeah, the grain harvest will also come in soon, the first one. We don't have any wood anymore, unfortunately, so I need to wait there a bit. As my economy is ramping up. We're still very early into this mission. And already had the first attack. It's just beautiful to look at, really. It's, I mean, for me, of course, I've played the very first version back in the days, and it really looks better, so sharper overall, the animations are fluid. And there's a certain charm to this game that I can't withstand. I think they have a perfect location here because they will theoretically also can be able to fire over here as well if the enemy takes this route. They will have to destroy the palisades first, right? And all the time, my archers can actually shoot at them. There's no traps in this scenario, so there's also the ability usually to lay out traps, which is always fun. We have some wood again. I might, go for the food production now. So we do need for that a mill. This is already going to take quite some logs already, right? And with that, we can process the grain now into flour.
Stocks are dwindling.
Yes, and we still continue to lose food there all the while. There's the grain now being transported. The windmill actually needs 3 people, right? That's quite a lot. So we only have 2 more villages available then. The next harvest comes in. Very good. And also some planks again. Very good. We can build 2 bakeries with that. Something we should be doing. This will consume my last villages that we had, and now we have the bakeries working. As far as I remember, it was the ratio of 1 farm, 1 mill, and 2 bakeries to make this fully work, right? Because the grain farm always has a break, waiting for the next harvest. Meanwhile, the mill is processing all the grain into flour, and that's a lot of flour then left over, and the 2 bakeries will have quite some busy time ahead there for processing all of that. We can also look inside as they're making the bread for our villages.
I have had a change of heart. Due to the recent increase in army wages, I will need you to supply me with more ale. Still a fair trade, don't you think?
Alright, we also should start with the ale production soon. I need to wait for the next batch of wood. We need to build another hut because I'm out of villages now. And by now the food is coming in. Perfect. It really takes its time for the first bread to come in, right? But once it does, there's a lot of it. And there's my planks again. Let's build another hovel. This will supply me with more villages again. Perfect. And since we do have now lots... really running low on planks already again because my fletchers take the planks as well. We need to decide right now what we want. I just hope that with the first hovel there, we still provide enough food. That's going to be one of the primary concerns that I have. And let's build a barracks and recruit us the first new archers. That's quite a lot of them. Perfect. Look at that. Fresh meat. Let's get them over there to the palisades right away before the rat arrives again. Alright, I think there is a... we don't have any wood anyway. There they are. My archers should be able to, attack immediately. Very good. Taking down the archers is very important. The spearmen are easy prey for my archers. And they're fleeing again. So this was This is quite a good defense point there right now. And we can focus a bit on economy. Next up, we need to build the hops farm. Very important, right? We have the mission here to produce ale. So let's go ahead. Also going to take quite some time here once more. Farmer is coming out. Keith Pinswiller, he's called. And there's also our Chester.
Taxes is good taxes. That's my motto.
We can click on all of them and they have something to say. I just love watching all of them here, right? Doing their daily tasks. Producing me some bows and bread. There's some more planks coming in. With the planks, we do have another resource now that we soon should start. And that's the stone, so the quarry we need to build. Lots of stone, wood of this one needs. So I'm going to wait for another batch of wood to arrive before we build this. Let's get the hops started for now. Oh great, we got rodents once more. So the hops are... yeah, down. They're ruined. So this is going to get postponed there quite a bit. What's the mission actually here? Yeah, we do need to acquire 15 ale. It's actually more now, right? It was 10, I think. Okay, we got 40 planks. Let's go ahead and build us the quarry. And the quarry will also need the ox tether. That is then delivering the stone to my storage. And the hops farm also starts to work again. Perfect.
The rats' troops are attacking.
Another attack. It's getting bigger there, really. Soon this will not be enough anymore. Alright. Somewhere they flee anyway. So it's good to take down their morale.
Our granary stocks are growing, sir.
They're very good. The bread is growing. That's fine. Hops hopefully coming in now soon.
The world has gone crazy. I should have destroyed you.
Probably. Alright, the first hops is coming in. Also the first stone, as we can see. So we can go ahead now with the brewery as my next building. Let's have this one somewhere here. Or here. Difficult. I don't wanna congest too much here. Let's actually have the brewer a bit further behind here by the bakeries. Still close enough. Oh, okay. He needs more ale now. This is going up here, actually. It's going to 20 now. And brewery we have now. We'll just see. I think it might also be 2 farms here for 1 brewery. No idea. There's not that much hops coming out of it, actually. So, actually might be just 1-to-1 ratio. Lots of bows again we have right now in stock, right? So 15. I do need just more villagers. And since the bread is really growing quickly there, I might consider building me another hovel. There you go. This gives me more soldiers again. Or more villagers first.
A message from your scribe. Dire news, sir. Duke Troop has just taken one of the neutral counties.
Oh no! We're losing counties there. The beer is being brewed right now over there. Perfect, must smell delicious. And let's train some more archers. Lots of them. And we can still use them here in my fortress, as we might call it. I'm waiting for a bit more stone now to come in. And then we might replace this one here with a stone fortress, right? Which will then, of course, sustain a lot more damage. There they are. Perfect. This is fully equipped almost now. I just need to make sure that we actually don't have a breach here. It's very hard sometimes to discern this. I think we do have a special... yeah, there it is. View where we can see that. So this is a very basic version, of course, of what you can do. But it's going to work out, I hope. There's, by the way, still up here another... tower. Why can they not go there? They can. Perfect. There it is. The attacks grow really quite big now. That's always my defense. Still no chance really here. But of course, this goes on and on, right? Until we have enough ale. So that's the important thing here, that we get cracking on this. So actually, let's build me another hops farm. Just something very satisfying to look at them. Perfect. Right, training more soldiers. Yes, nice, but my gold is running low now. For that reason, we need to raise the taxes. We're still growing in food, so I could increase the ratio, or we're just going to take in some hit here now with the happiness. That's fine. And we can then, you know, reduce taxes again. People are very happy at the moment. He's grinning like crazy. Another attack, the last one, and then we'll probably make this one here into stone. Trying to get over from here. They can do this, of course. Not going to do much with that many archers at this point. It's like a machine gun fire there. Alright, let's tone down the speed there real quick. Get all of them away from this. Because we need to remodel this whole defense area there now. Very good. And then we can just delete all of this. There's unfortunately no upgrade mode, right? So I cannot, as far as I know at least, I cannot do this. There we have then our stone wall. So I'm just going to make sure that we are building this correctly here now. Going then over here. And then over here. We need to make sure that on that side we do have the upgraded wall version 2, right? That is protecting my archers then especially from any kind of attack. And then we get this wall all the way here. Very good. And also here continue with the fortifications. And then we just need an entrance for this one. It's probably going to be over here somewhere if we can afford that. Yeah, this is actually tricky because it's a rather big building there. So I might just go with a smaller wooden gate then as well. I don't think that we do suffer any breach on the other side there, right? So we could have it over there. Or we can just really not have a gate at all and just stop here by the stone. Or the rocks that we have, right? And we do need to get this one all the way to that side there. Well, all the way here we can fortify this. The stone wall does need some steps, right? And now we can have all of them up here on this fortress there. And the cool thing is we can then just fortify this again and again with more layers of stone, right? And yeah, this was quite close actually. So we are almost out of stone now. On that side here, we just need to decide then where we want to have the entrance for them. And I can fortify the stairs here with spearmen, right? So whenever there is a breach actually, they're still going to take a while here for taking down then my archers. I think this is looking a bit better now over there. Very good. How's the beer looking? The beer situation here. We got 10 ale now, which is, yeah, almost halfway through there now. Both breweries are working full speed. The hops harvest is coming in, so for now it's looking rather dandy. I might then go ahead and get me more archers, because we got lots of capacity up here now for more archers. And I think we can actually make a second row, right? Like this, so we can have even more archers on the walls then as well. I can continue meanwhile with having a bit of a corridor here, right? So this is where the enemy troops usually go then, by giving them the path of least resistance. But it's along a lot of walking, right? So they will have then to walk all the way up here again. So they have to go through here. Meanwhile getting shot all the time by my archers. And then we're probably going to have another wall here. That's going to be not so easy for these guys. I think we're also very close now to the ale. Yeah, one more. There's the last ale. I hope he's not raising his demand now. There you go.
The shipment of ale has been completed and sent to the snake. Hopefully, the reinforcements he promised will arrive soon. Your popularity is rising. Your scribe, the troops promised by the snake, have arrived.
Oh, really? Where? Oh, they're coming up here. Look at that. Lots of archers and spearmen. I think It's a no-brainer now at this point, right? Just see, the last attack is also imminent.
Scouts report a large force of the rat's men are marching towards us.
Very good.
Instructions!
We can actually have them all up here in the keep. So if this line of defense fails, right, we have also our gate here, our wooden keep, as a last resort as well. But I don't think so. I think this will actually be enough already. I mean, we'll just see.
Troops are attacking.
There's the attack. Oh, it's actually... it's quite a bit. Yeah, they're failing. Oh! They have siege units, it seems. Yeah. They have siege units and take down my walls there too with that. Even then, it doesn't look good for them, honestly. And they're fleeing already.
A message from the rat.
Things are going well, aren't they? Yes. I think they are. Must be.
And that was the victory. This is the Stronghold demo. You can try it out yourself as well. And I hope you enjoyed this one. If you're interested, don't forget to wishlist the game on Steam right away. The link is in the video description. Stay tuned.